Well, howdy, folks. What we got here today is the oil injection unit for the 79 Honda Express. Same on the 78. I think it's the same on the NU50 and several others. Well, I'll have to disconnect you here. I'll just leave you on the tripod. We'll go over to the bike here. Okay, so if you see that hole right there, that's where the oil injection goes. Here's your tube from your tank, and then you have your out that goes in, feeds into the intake tube. Well, this one had a little fitting right here to block off the plate, which I don't know why, because these things are, Honda's pretty reliable with their oil injection system, so I don't know why people take these things off and they function perfectly fine. So sorry about jarring you around. So got this on eBay, and I did kind of clean it up already, but I'll show you here. There's not a whole lot there. There's grease on there. I cleaned out the inside of there, but just kind of wanted to show you. Make sure you can see, because I'm kind of standing off to the side. There's really not a whole lot to this unit. The Yamaha oil injection system is quite a bit more complex, but this thing is actually pretty damn simple. And the hardest part is getting the damn screws out. So, okay, here's your top cover. Nothing there. Here is the piece that goes on the inside. It's your spring. And then, let me get a pair of needle nose pliers. You got a gear right here. That's it. This sits over top of this, just like so. You know, and that's it. And if you look down the side here, there's really not a whole lot in there. You know, this gear, if you can kind of see on the inside, right in there, that's where the shaft is. And I don't know if you can tell when I'm spinning. Yeah, you can see it. It spins around, so in turn it turns this around. So it's a pretty straightforward operation. I cleaned it all out. It's a little bit rusty on the inside, but other than that, it looks pretty good. This is your bleeder valve. This is coming from your tank. This goes over to the intake. You got a little rubber grommet right down here, and it bolts down, and then it has this little clamp. I actually included the screw. This little clamp right here. Oh, right there. That goes around the base and locks in and keeps it from coming out. So it just kind of sits. See how that's kind of notched right there? That notch will go over that right there and keep it from popping out. So that is, in a nutshell, and this can only go on one way. This has got that little notch in there, and it's got to go on this side. So if you try to turn it around, it ain't going to go. I need to get my spring down in here a little bit more. Let me pull this gear out. So if you see, it turns it every so slightly for each revolution. So it doesn't output a whole lot of oil. So, and I don't know what the quantity is that it outputs, but it ain't much. Get this down in here so I can get this top back on. And why is my top not going down in there? Well, let's see here. I had this thing apart already, cleaned it up. There is no anything in there, but I'm wondering if this sits down this gear different. I mean, that spring, I guess you can see that. So I can't see you while you're seeing this, but it should. So I know that cap, this cap, fit right on there. And now it is going to not fit on there. Oh, let's see. That is, it only goes on one way. And maybe I just did not have it in the right position. There we go. Now, see how it went down much farther? So now it is, pull this back out. Can you see up inside there? Well, here is the bottom. Oh, sorry. Here's the bottom of that gear. And that goes on here. And then that goes down. It's keyed, I guess. That's the lack of a better term there. So it just kind of turn around until it goes in position. This doesn't matter. I mean, it just goes up in there, and then you'll see it as you turn it. As long as it's running smooth, yeah, you're good to go. So really, I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'll move the camera over. I don't know if I'm going to hook this thing up tonight. I got to check my oil lines. Well, let's get this screwed back on here. Alright, got that in. And unfortunately, when you got this in here, you can't really tell that it's spinning, but just have to trust that it is. Of course, there we go. Of course, I lubed everything up, so should be good to go. So let's go take it over here and we'll throw it on the bike real quick. Hey, hottie mama. Oh, you're fine. Come on in. I was just videoing this oil injection thing. I'm just going to drop it down here real quick. Kind of show everybody how this thing goes. So when you put it in, these here, and hopefully, well, let me turn this lens around. Maybe I can see the camera. Yeah. Just drop it down in there, and there's a gear down in there. And if you get it into the gear just right, I don't know if you can see where my finger is. There's that O-ring. So if it's not going down in there, just kind of lift it back up and kind of spin this a little bit, and you'll get it to get into contact with the gear below. And see, that's pretty much, that's better. Let me dork around this a little bit more. Get a little tap. Tap, tap, tappy. But this, there should be 2 notches in that plate, which I don't have over here. But I need to make sure, you just need to make sure that that O-ring is down below, which I don't think it was. But we can pull it back out. Kind of a pain, but I mean, it is just a gear, so just keep dorking with it and you'll be able to get it to go down in there. Okay, good. That's better. Looks like it may need to go down just a hair more. There we go. And it is seated down in there. So now you can spin it around and it'll be good. So now all I gotta do is put the collar on it and tighten that down. And then I just need to put some oil in the tank here in the back and make sure it flows out freely. I'm gonna have to heat this up with a hair dryer because it's kind of stiff. And this is kind of a special hose. It's kind of fat like this on one end, and then it goes down thin. So I'll just heat this up with a hair dryer. That way I can get it onto there. And then I'm gonna have to make sure I see if I got a little small piece of hose to run from here, the output side, to the intake side, and then I'll cap that. And I got premix in it now anyway, and then let it run, and I'll bleed it first. And you'll get oil starting to come out of here. That way you know it's bled. and then I'll fire it up and I'll block off the intake tube here, and then I'll make sure we're getting oil spitting back out of this tube right here. So stay tuned and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, all I did is I put a little bit of oil in the tank here to make sure that it is running out. And the stuff that I've been using in the Yamahas, let me turn my screen around here again, is this TCW3 synthetic blend. It's 2-cycle oil. Yeah, it seems to work pretty good. So that's what I'm using, and then kind of waiting for that to drain out. Didn't put a whole lot in. Alright, but if you can see my finger right there, I went ahead and popped this back out to put this bracket on, and all I gotta do now is tighten it down. And like I said, it is slotted, so once it's tightened down, it ain't gonna rotate. All right, so now see if you try to move it, it'll move just a tiny bit, but it only moves. Let me see if I can tighten it down a little bit more. Make sure I got this good and tight. Okay, that's good and tight. So it's only going to move a little bit right inside where that slot is. I don't know if you can tell, but where my finger is, there's a little notch in this bracket. And this bracket is the same bracket that's on the 78, so I know it's the right one. Alright, so let me get my extension cord over here. We're going to heat this tube up. And it's not high pressure by any stretch. So we'll run the extension cord over, and I brought the heat gun out. And we're going to heat this thing up, and if all goes well, then I'll loosen this up a little bit. This is a little trick for these old bikes that have been sitting for a long time, and this stuff gets brittle. Yeah, I know, I'm going to make a mess. Blowing oil everywhere. I didn't think I put that much in there, but maybe I did. It's not like I cleaned the bike anyway, right? So let's blow, lubricates everything, right? Okay, so now it's good and soft. So now we should be able to just take this thing and slide it right over this end here, maybe, maybe not. You got one end on there. This thing is kind of big. That's the right hose. Kind of work it. I really don't want to try to have to buy that hose, so this fitting on this one is kind of big. Looks like it's the right size. Really elongate it a little bit. Come on. Maybe I should have heated this thing up a little bit more. See if we can get this thing on here. It is not wanting to go. There we go. Now I know once this thing hardens back up, it ain't going to go nowhere. Yeah, that's why you're probably wondering, wow, why ain't you putting a clamp on there? Why did I put a clamp on there? I speak too quiet. because I know it's going to harden back up and it ain't going to come off. So I can move some crap out of my way. Okay. Now that I got it on there, I'll heat this tube a little bit more. Plastic, rubber, whatever it is. See if I can push it down just a little bit more. And not wanting to budge past that point. Without that thing turning. I don't want to mess up this hose. There, I can walk it down a little bit more. There we go. That's on there pretty good. So that'll cool. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the bleeder valve. And the bleeder valve is open. Let's put some oil back down in here. See if we can get it to come out of there. See what it does. I don't want to put too much, just in case it goes cray-cray on me. And what we should get is we should start seeing some oil come out of about where my finger is here. Of course, I don't know how much oil it's going to take. Well, we'll give it a minute and see. I did check all the orifices, and they were clear. So at some point we should start getting some oil come out of here. Hopefully. Maybe it's like the old Heinz commercial with the ketchup. The anticipation. And as far as I know, the engine does not need to be running. Oh, see, there we go, guys. See that oil coming right out of there? So now you know it's bled. Let me get my filters back here. I got 2-cycle oil everywhere. Okay. Alright. So we know that's bled. Making a mess everywhere. Alright, now let's see here. Let me get my flashlight. I'm never prepared. And honestly, I don't know if I have any hose that's small, but this hose here is definitely going to be way too short to go over there. So that's going to have to come off. And let's see. Gotta love that a nail. Let's see if I can pull this right off here. Yeah, came right off. Okay, so piece of tape, and I'm guessing, yeah, you guys can see this good. Alright, so what do we want to do next? Let me see if I've got some fuel line that'll fit on that. This stuff might be too big. Yeah, I don't know what diameter hose that is, but it's pretty dinky stuff, man. So we may have to postpone this. We are getting ready to go back down to Florida. I just want to kind of show this on here, so we know it's bled now. It's ready to go. I just need to find this diameter hose. there, right there. That's tiny. Excuse me. This is what I've got, and it's too big. So I need to track down. I'll probably just run up to the local cycle shop and see if they got some small diameter hose like this. But it won't be till I get back, and I was hoping to get this out there so they make this part 1 and then make the other part 2, because I'm going to have to check around here in my stash of nipples and put this on here so I can plug that, so while I've got it running, because like I said, I've got premix in it now, so it's not going to hurt anything, and hook a tube up to this, hook this tube up, I guess, and see if we're actually getting any oil flow out of it, which I can heat this one up and we can stick that one on there. That should be good. Pliable. Well, it's better. I won't say it's great, but it'll probably do the trick. Yep. That'll do the trick. Let me look at my vacuum. Let me look at my little box of stuff over here. Be right back. I don't know if I have any vacuum plugs that are that small. I'm looking. Thought I had a pack of them. Well, crap. I do have some vacuum plugs, but it's this size right here, and I don't think that's going to work unless I can get it to go over the base of that. I don't think it's good. What, babe? Well, let's see if I can shove that down on there. Nah, it's not going to make a seal. Let's see if I can push this down farther. Woohoo! That may actually do the trick. Okay, so what we want to do here, this bike I still need to work on the, what do I need to work on this bike? Oh, the float bowl. It is spewing fuel, so, but for the purposes of this test, see if we can get it started and see if it's pumping any fuel out of the, or any oil out of that tube. Well, that's not the result I was looking for. Yeah, this carb's got issues, guys. I can see the fuel flowing out of it already. Yeah, this ain't got issues. But see if we can get some oil, get it running long enough to get it generating some oil out of it. Oh, my glue came off. Hi, Hottie.
Hi, I'm pizza. Why aren't the deck lights on?
I don't know. I'll check them here in a moment. I'm YouTubing. Say hi to everybody.
No, hi. Hey, you're leaking a lot of gas though.
Well, I know. That's my other problem I gotta fix. I've got the oil injection thing hooked up. I gotta get it running long enough to see if I get oil come out of it.
Okay.
So. I think I got fuel all over the ground, but apparently not much in the carb. Come on. Showing signs of life here. Okay, what I do need to do is find something to keep this damn fuel from going everywhere. It's just running out of this overflow tube, which I'm aware of, and need to look at the float and see if it's got a crack in it. It's plastic, it's not adjustable. I just want to see if we can get oil spitting out of this thing, and I know it don't spit out much. I had this thing cruising around the other day too. Make me a liar. See the oil dripping out of there? Hopefully you can see it dripping out of there. Out of this tube right here. It's got a nice little steady drip coming out of it. So we know the oil injection system works. Yay! So, now that we have confirmed that that works, and you actually heard it run, turn this fuel off. We making some progress here, guys. So now what I got to do is track down that small tube, and I can take my cap off there. I can drain the premix out and put regular gas in it, and it'll mix the oil on its own like it should, and then start cleaning the bike up. Take out the stand here. Like I said, this is our 79 Honda Express, and really, I mean, I thought about painting it, but I'm kind of liking it's, you know, it's a 79, so it's got all the original stickers on it. And everything's here, so I really don't want to take it apart and paint it. I think, you know, some of the patina is good. We'll just clean it up. I know it's missing a couple of stickers right up there, but man, I gotta get a bulb for it. I haven't even cracked this open yet, so. But other than that, we got a little crack here, but I can take this fender off and I can plastic weld that back into place and hold that in. But other than the carb overflowing the float bowl, that's, you know, an issue I got to work on. Hopefully it's just a float. But like I said, they're not adjustable on these things on this particular year. On that 78 right there, that float and that carb is adjustable, so you can adjust the height on it. But this one is a plastic and it's a fixed height, so I don't have another float pin, and I really don't want to get a whole carb kit because everything else is fine with the carb. I've done checked it, done cleaned it, everything's good. So, but that's a project for another day. And like I said, this air box right there that you're looking at, it's pretty cracked up. I mean, I can try to, I don't even think I can plastic weld that. I don't think it's going to hold. It's cracked too bad. But I mean, give it a whirl. But other than that, 27 miles an hour, man. Top speed. She's a beast. She is a beast, and it's just that raw power. And I can't even tell you the feeling that it gives you when you're riding this thing. It's just fun. They're fun. I was tooling the yellow one around the yard this afternoon, so I drove it up and down the street, and it's just a hoot. You're not going to go fast. They're bouncy as all shit, but they're comfortable. I do need to order a new seat cover. I'll show you that. That's 29 bucks on eBay, and I can cut. This is kind of mangled up here. You can see on that plastic, or not the plastic, but the foam. It's kind of mangled up, but I can cut that out and glue some back in, and you won't even see that. It's even got the original gas cap. It's got a vent on it. So this thing is pretty sweet. You know, it's a scooter. You know, it's nothing too exciting, but the fact that it's a 79 and that it runs, and pretty stoked with that. And obviously it runs pretty good. This thing runs, I've had it at 27, whereas Miss Yellow here, she's peaking out at about 25 right now. So, but well, I'll do another video on that as well. And what I did, here's the piston. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll go into that in another video. So I'm gonna wrap this up for now, guys. Thanks for watching. I don't think my horn works on this one here, so I need to address that, because, you know, every good motorcycle has to have a horn. But see if I can fix that. But hell, it's even got this plastic piece right there. I had to plastic weld mine because I couldn't even find one on eBay. And the rims ain't too bad. Nothing that a little steel wool and some WD-40 won't clean up. It ain't gonna look brand new, but it ain't supposed to look brand new. And I do, no, it does have the cover that goes right here where my finger is. There's a cover that goes over that. So, all right, guys, I bored you enough for now. So, thanks for watching. And if you like this, leave me some comments. You know, if you want to see more of this, you know, scooter stuff, you know, whatever. Actually, I'm looking, and I don't know if it's going to be sold by the time I get back. Probably will be, but it's an old Gorelli. I think it's a 78. So, what am I going to do with these things? I have no freaking clue. You know, ride them around the street here, you know, because that's really it. I mean, we live in the country, so. Got a lot of hills down here where I live too, so taking these things up a hill, yeah, they don't go so well. But anyway, I'm yammering on. So anyway, thanks for watching, and just leave me any messages if you have any questions. Thanks a lot. Bye.